Hey everyone, it's a terrific Tuesday. This is Tina with the Nurse Knows coming to tell you today about what I do know. And what I do know is life after 40 is different than life before 40. Yeah, I just celebrated a birthday and it's a common topic among friends and others. And I don't claim to be the subject matter expert on this because I'm going through it myself. So I'm learning and finding out new things every day. But I just thought it was something that we should talk about because it's easy to dismiss because sometimes the changes that we see come as little subtle annoyances or difficulties, and it's easy to make up a different reason or think that there's a different reason for why you're experiencing what you're experiencing. And sometimes we don't always put that whole puzzle together to find out, you know what, this is a sign of aging. And that's kind of what I did. So I started to notice some changes. I skated by 40. Just skated on by. So I thought that my genes were going to push me through. And little did I know that they pushed me through for a couple of years, but not indefinitely. So there are a lot of things that happen. But before we go any further, let me just tell you that I am Tina. I am also the founder of A Wealthy Place Wellness Education and Consulting, where I do workshops about health and wellness education. And I also have a family, and so I'm a mom and a lot of other things. So some of my friends encouraged me to do this. I really have a passion about helping people connect the dots about patient navigation or helping people find the resources that they need. And this is just another tool that I can use to help all of you about whatever you're going through, hopefully, and bring forth some meaningful topics, some really popular and prevalent topics, and some topics that are very impactful that other people may not be aware of. So I just wanted to come to you and talk to you about it. This is really laid back, really practical conversation. It's not just for patients, it is for everyone. It could be for a healthcare worker. It could be for you if you're having issues, or a loved one, or even just a common or topic like the one we're doing today, where you've just not had a chance to sit down and talk to someone, or that you just want to be better informed about it. So I'm not going to be the content expert, but I am going to be the one to bring topics to light and kind of discuss them on a very what's the word I'm looking for? A very non-technical aspect. So back to the topic at hand, life after 40. So I had some changes myself. As you see, I'm wearing glasses. That's new for me, relatively new. Past year or so, I've had to add glasses. While I have 20/20 distance vision, can't even see the small print on the watch. And that is, unfortunately, I attributed that to being in grad school and spending lots of hours on the computer and doing a lot of reading and doing research, because my eyes will also burn and water. And then for a period of time afterwards, it would be difficult to see the small print. So I heard that this could happen or may happen, but nobody told me how. So that's often how it starts. It might start with you having little floaters, like little pin-sized dots. They could be colored or not, kind of floating here and there, or you may see them sometimes and then sometimes you're not. Well, that's a sign. That's life after 40. Sometimes your vision declines. Your hearing can decline, or you have loss of coordination because your eardrum and your inner ear changes. And the eardrum helps with your hearing. The inner ear helps with your coordination. So if you find yourself tripping and falling, so you say, and it seems like that's what's going on, if it has happened more than once, or if that's not your norm at all, then you may want to consider, is this a sign of aging of life after 40? Not having the energy that you used to have, having your sleep interrupted a little bit more often. You can't quite sleep through everything. Have a hard time ignoring distractions. Yes, I had to kick my son out because he was tapping his finger on the table. And while I was trying to do this video, I could see it and I just could not ignore it. So that's a sign of aging, life after 40. Bone density it might become an issue. A lot of times we have weight gain but muscle loss. So if you have noticed that you got on the scale and your weight is exactly the same, but your clothes don't quite fit the same, loss of muscle mass. And these changes are not just for women, they're for men as well. So if you notice these changes with your significant other or your spouse, might want to call some attention to that. Libido, sometimes it depends on what age you are. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. The ability to recover after that, after intercourse, particularly for men, can be longer and longer. Have to adapt and change. Maybe you should focus on the quality and not the quantity there. So also your stomach, gastrointestinal issues, your gut secretes enzymes to help with the processing of milk products, lactulose. And that enzyme is not as prevalent in some people after 40. So you might notice that ice cream and milk products start to have kind of unpleasant side effects. Yeah, bloating and flatulence that you were not aware of. Well, that might be a sign of aging. Weight gain is a big one. Other one is forgetfulness. Sometimes you just can't remember from one minute to the next. You walk in a room and you're looking around like, why did I just come in here? Or my daughter had an orthodontist appointment. They sent me a text reminder. I told her tomorrow we have to go to the orthodontist. I woke up the next morning, started getting ready, had every intention of taking her to school. And then she's like, well, mommy, I thought I was going to the orthodontist. Oh gosh, you're right. Hurry up. Let's go. Stress, not able to manage stress as well as you used to. Irritability, mood swings, those types of things. And I know that this sounds very dismal. But guess what? It's not, because we have lots to bring back to the table. There's still life after 40, and you're still awesome. We're still awesome. We're still cool. We have so much to still offer. But the definition of insanity, we always say, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And that is just not the way to go with this. So what we have to do is try something different. It got to the point where I was like, let me kind of check in with someone to see if there's anything going on. So I called my doctor. I had labs drawn to make sure I wasn't perimenopausal, premenopausal, if there were any hormone imbalances, thyroid imbalances, because all of these things can mask these signs that are really signs of aging. Sometimes these things intertwine or they intermingle. So you might think you have an idea of what it is on one hand, but it really might be something else when you look at the culmination of all the things. So I was like, it's just stress. Well, yeah, it is stress because I'm a healthcare worker in a pandemic for 2 years. But the other thing is that all of it was not stress. Like the signs are there. Like I need glasses, and I did go and get my hearing checked, but it had more to do with allergies than anything else. But another sign is hair. Oh my gosh, we have talked about this. Hair growing in different places for unknown reasons. The reason is not really unknown. It's aging. If you notice like you got a hair here or hair there, and you now got to get a lip wax. And for men, hair growing in your ears when you haven't had it, hair growing on your back when you haven't previously had that. I mean, all sorts of things. Well, let's just stop focusing on the things that seem to be pulling us down, and let's talk about what we're going to do about them. So get your eyes checked annually. If a new problem comes up where there are floaters and things like that, go back. Get the eyes checked again. If you need the glasses, get the glasses. I think these are pretty cute, and I've got plenty of compliments on them. Yeah. For the GI issues, you can start taking probiotics. They come in every form. They come in a powder. I believe they come in liquid. They come in gummies. I take them myself. And for energy, get a vitamin and figure out those things that you're eating that may not be adding energy, but maybe sapping it away from you. Find a way to exercise to get those extra pounds off. If you can exercise or try something new and different and fun and get them moving some kind of way. Because what I found out, I am not a fad dieter. I just usually don't. But what I have found out is that the moderation that I love, that I preach, that I teach for so many years is not necessarily getting the results that I need to get. So I have had to try a few different things. Research what works best for you and that what is going to be sustainable. I still believe that moderation is the best way to go. So you may have to do a lot more food exchanges. Before, I love sandwiches. I could just stop eating an extra sandwich a day because I'll eat a sandwich for breakfast, one for lunch, and one for dinner if I could. Cut out one of those, I could lose 5 pounds in a couple of weeks. Not anymore. So now I have to make food exchanges. I have to say, hey, if I'm going to have this cake, I'm going to the gym. And I have to drink more water. That is good for your skin because aging, life over 40 will bring some skin changes to you. Hydrate your skin. So make sure you drink water. It is no longer 8-ounce glasses a day. If that's the best you can do, then do that. It is a half of ounce for every pound that you weigh. It's how much you should drink in a day is the new recommendation. But anything more than what you're doing right now is a step in the right direction. Remember that. If you, again, need hearing check, if you're losing coordination, go to an ENT specialist and see if you can get those ears checked. Check your eardrum and your inner ear to make sure there are no issues there. For stress, find a different way to relieve. What my doctor told me, and it seemed very profound but simple at the time. She said, reinvent yourself. Isn't that a novel idea? So if what you're doing is not working, go try something different. I don't remember things the way I used to. I like Post-it notes. I love the colors. I like colored pens. So I post stuff everywhere and I love to write. So I write those things down and I cross them off. So I use my phone calendar, personal calendar, and my work calendar. And I go in that calendar and I put everything with an alarm. And if you need to know a day before, you can set it that way. Or you can old school, get you a planner. If what you have been doing is not working, then do something different. And don't allow yourself to feel defeated. Don't say, oh, I'm the oldest, or there are a lot of young people that are outshining or outdoing me. Well, guess what, honey? You are still amazing. You are still awesome. And you still have a lot to bring to this game, and you can win it. A lot to bring to the table. You have your wisdom, you have your experience. We still have our good looks, still capable of persevering, determination, all of those things. And so it does not mean we're any less intelligent, does not mean that we're any less capable. We just have to find a different way of showing our capabilities and excelling. So with all that being said, this is what this nurse's nose knows. She knows that you are amazing, and all you have to do is take a little time. Don't ignore the signs. Do your homework. Make the appointments you need to make, and reinvent yourself so that you continue to shine and you're always, always amazing. So make sure you do all of your screenings. Colorectal screening is now at 45. It used to be at 50. So go and get those colorectal screenings done. Annual eye exams, ear exams when you need them, okay? Make sure you get your mammograms annually as you're supposed to. Men, make sure you get your physicals. You don't want to get left behind. And make sure you can lift weights. For that muscle mass that's going down, go and, what they say, pump iron. Do whatever. I've discovered that the virtual reality game is my new thing. And it gets me to move in, and I am addicted just in a couple of days. And it is interaction with my family and time well spent. I enjoy it. So something I would have never thought of before. But just take some time and look at something different. Because guess what? As we change, our taste buds change, so do our likes and dislikes. So even if you've tried it before, guess what? Go back and try it again. So this is Tina with the Nurse Knows, and telling you what my nose tell me that I know is you are still capable of being at the top of your game. So go out, reinvent yourself, and let me know how that works. I'll talk to you later. Bye.